Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bishop. It's a Tier 5 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Overlord and it's under the command of hossballs. Game started. Well, it looks like he hasn't loaded in yet because the gun dropped, but oh no, he's back into action. He's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel and you've seen him in action just recently on 2 separate occasions. Now, as you know, the Bishop is based on the Valentine tank. The shielding around the gun, the casement, is actually very thin. That's the weak spot of the tank. The actual hull of the tank is quite a strong point. Now, he's knocked down these trees and they do act as decent cover for him. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he backs himself into those trees so he can shoot at the enemy. Okay, he's now extending his aim to have a look and see. He's well closer than I would normally go. The Bishop has got a short range 4.5 inch howitzer, the same as on the Burt, but he gets a hit with his first shot on the T-34 shielded and gets 158 hit points. It's a fairly quick reload. It's around about 10 to 11 seconds. It's not showing the actual figure for him just yet, but it probably will in a short while. He fires around the KV-2R and gets another hit. In fact, that one hit the mantlets of the KV-2R. And he got another hit, a blind hit on that tank as well. Going for another one. He's stationary. He's coming forward. Rounds out. Nice. 131. Selecting SU-85 as his next target. Almost loaded. That guy's coming forward. Oh, no, he stopped at the edge of the ridgeline. Fire but one back at him as he goes back. It's about just over 10 seconds for the reload. Okay, go for that T-34 shielded. Take him out. Dialed in. Rounds out. Oh, it fell short. I think it was because that shot was so hastily done. Sometimes does that. The shell falls short and you can be awkward that when that happens. Oh, lovely shot there on the T-34. Finishes him off. So he's got his first kill. 25 TP trying to retreat. Gets a bit of splash on him as well. Oh, enemy Arty's in sight. No, he's not going for it. He's going for these tanks instead. Of course, normally Arty players will take out the enemy Arty as soon as they can because they know how deadly Arty can be to the enemy. Plus, of course, they want their own tank drivers to have a reasonably Arty-free game. It's almost like a common courtesy, actually, when you take out your opposite number. Oh, he got a direct hit on that one. No explosion means he touched the target. Rounds out on the Chaffee. No, didn't get it. He moved. Chinukai's coming over that ridgeline. Stops. Because the ELC, he's coming on. Oh, and for a moment he had a red line there, so he couldn't fire. He's trying to get a shot on the Chaffee. No, we've lost the ELC. And some of these buildings are actually, that are nearby here, are actually getting in the way. That's kind of interrupting the shot on its way up. Yeah, he pulls back from view. It's probably the church, actually, or those farmhouses that are causing the problem. But anyway, actually, no, it wasn't the farmhouses. It's the house right next door to him that was causing the problem. He's suddenly seen that, and he's now re-aiming. Oh, there's an enemy tank fairly close to him. It's a Chaffee. He gets a big hit, a penetrating shot on the Chinukai. But the Chaffee is there, very close. He tries a blind shot, but the Chaffee's coming on. He's going to have to defend himself straight on. This guy is not stopping until he gets to hossballs. There he is. He's been fired on. Chaffee goes down, but yep, he's been fired on by the Chinukai now. The guy he hit hard and he's managed to get behind the house. He took 1 round from the guy. He's lost 143 hit points. He's only got 460, so he can't afford too many more shots like that. But he can't see the Chinook guy at the moment. But I think that guy is firing at him. Yeah, as you can see, rounds are starting to come in nearby him. So he's not the only one. Somebody else is firing at him. They just can't see him at the moment. That's why they can't get an accurate shot. Well, the scores are even, either side. And that Chinook is going to have difficulty trying to get past our T150 and Valiant. But I'm afraid the hossballs has kind of put himself in a forward position where he could be vulnerable. Can't see that Chinook. We know he's badly damaged though. There he is. Okay, so we can back away. And he might be able to get a shot on the guy at long range. Oh, thankfully the Valiant gets a hit. Now, will he be able to hit somebody else? There's only 4 enemies left. 3 Arty, sorry, and an IKV-65-2 who was not seen on the beach. But the scores are now even again. Of course, hossballs has got this weird way of driving around, still in the aim mode, but looking down on himself from a long way up. I think it's a bit disconcerting. I normally would come out of aim mode altogether, and then I'd be able to see clearly exactly what I'm driving over. I suppose he likes it probably because it actually allows him to go to the aim much quicker because he's already in aim mode. But one thing he could do right now is move forward because he can support the Valiant as the Valiant moves up on the enemy. And the reason he should move forward is because, of course, the Valiant's going to spot for him and he's going to get shots on whoever the Valiant sees. And it's going to be an enemy Arty because if the IKV-65-2 is... Oh, he's nearby! Oh my god, he's really close! Now, if hossballs had moved forward to help the Valiant, he might have been closer to the Valiant. He might have been able to get a shot at this guy. He's come up to the ridgeline. He's now attacking the T150. Oh, big hit! But the IKV now knows that he's near a bishop. Will he come this way to try and kill hossballs? Let's see. He's still aiming in this odd way. And yes, he is coming this way. hossballs gets behind the building. And the IKV's just hit him with a big round, but he takes the guy out with 1 shot. But he needs to keep moving now because enemy Arty knows where he is. And you don't retrace over your same steps because they might try a lucky shot in the same position as you were last seen, in the hope that you did stay there and kept moving backwards and forwards. I've seen a lot of people do that. They move forward thinking, oh, I've fooled them, now I can move back. And they move back and the enemy hits the same spot they were in and gets a kill. So there's only 2 enemies remaining now. An M41 HMC and an SU-122A. Both tier 5 Artys. One's the American one, the other one is the Soviet one. And there's the SU-122A. He's over the other side in the cap area. Now it's a real player, not a bot. Rams out. Oh, narrowly misses him. The M41's been spotted. T150 takes care of the SU-122A. Now he just needs to get a shot on this guy. He's tried to shotgun the Valiant and failed. And he's been taken out for his cost. Actually, the thing about the Valiants is that if you were going to try and shotgun them, you really want to get close to make absolutely certain that the shell goes in, because otherwise, if you miss, they are going to take you out very easily. So, it is a victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for hossballs in the Bishop. He's had an ace tanker in this vehicle before, of course, you've probably seen them. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17 in this one. And surprisingly, he actually got a Stark's medal as well. And yes, he killed at least 2 enemies, received at least 2 shots from the enemy, and lost at least 2/3 of his hit points, or potentially lost 2/3 of his hit points if it was blocked by the armor, and survived the battle. And he also got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and his win rate from the battle was 7,346. I think he was a little too further forward than I would have liked. If we look at the team scores, we can see, yes, he's top of the table with 2,202. The next high scorer being the IKV65-2 with 1,509. And after that, it was the Hellcat with 1,374. When it came to kills, it was the Jagdpanzer IV did the best with 4 kills, 3 kills for hossballs and the Valiant. And the Valiant picked up a Pascucci's medal as well, killing 2 Arty. And when it came to base XP, it's hossballs with that one. 825 base XP for him, 680 for the Jagdpanzer IV, and 528 for the Valiant. He fired 22 rounds in that game, got 11 direct hits and 3 penetrations. You saw some of those big hits. The Chinukai was hit by a penetrating round, so was the IKV65-2. Splash damage on 13 as well. Damage of 2,202 hit points, of which 1,421 were at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits. One was from the IKV-2, the other one was from the Chinukai, and both were penetrations, I'm afraid. Yeah, 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 16 hit points of damage assistance. Actually, was it the Chinukai? I think it might have been the Chaffee who actually hit him. No, I think it was the Chinukai. On a free-to-play account, he earned 24,183 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 17,053 credits. He received 825 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. But it did work. He managed to get the damage, but I'm not so sure that this aiming method of staying in aim view or staying in battle assistant and looking down on yourself from above at great height is the sort of system that works for me. It might work for hossballs, but it's not that great after all. But there you go, it seemed to work on this occasion. Somebody asked a question just recently about the bishops and said, can you actually get more range with the top gun in this vehicle? Yes, you do. The standard rounds, the standard gun from the bishop does not have a very long range, but the top gun does. And technically, you also can increase the range of the vehicle if you park yourself on an upslope, and they actually did that during the war. Now, I haven't actually proven that for sure that it does work, but it does appear to work in theory, that if you park on an upslope, the shell will go further because, of course, it increases the elevation of the gun. So, well worth trying that out next time you need to shoot at something at a long range away. If you can find a bump or a hill that you can sort of like ride the front of the tank up on, then, or the SPG on rather, then you might be able to shoot further than you would normally. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.